Hedera Hbar, this has finally landed with us today, and I'm more than sure that you will be excited because it is one of those features that you'll be very pleased about. We also are going to be having a look at some metrics of the TVL, or total value locked, across the different networks. So we're going to see how Hedera is currently performing and the current market, as well as the price action for both Source and Hbar today. So all I ask from you are two things, which is to smash the like button if you enjoy these videos, and also to subscribe to the channel as well for these daily updates. As you can see, as of now, we are pretty much in the green for the overall market. We are on the second day of the week. Tuesday is looking pretty good so far. I remember on the Sunday we were in the red, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like as if it was a bloodbath or anything like that. So let's get straight into it. You can see over here that Hbar Foundation have now announced that their lending and borrowing have landed on the Hedera network for DeFi Spring, of course, and it means that users can now lend their crypto assets or borrow against them using platforms such as Bonzo Finance, Sirio Finance, and H Liquidity. You may have actually heard of H Liquidity before because I have covered it on the channel. But this essentially means that you're able to borrow, right, which is obviously going to increase the liquidity within Hbar in general, because more people will be borrowing and lending, and the more activity that we see, well, that's going to increase the amount of volumes that we have across the network in general. It's going to make it accessible to those that don't actually want to be owning Hbar, for example, if they only want to borrow for a bit. And of course, you have those lenders on that end, so they get to make a bit of that. Now you see over here that you're able to use this with our network, and lenders can deposit their digital assets into decentralized lending pools managed by smart contracts. That is how we are able to lend and borrow, by using these pools. And then these automated contracts handle the lending process, ensuring terms and agreements are met and executed. So in order to execute that transaction, it is going to all be automated, and pretty much you're going to have a borrower on one side and then you're going to have a lender on the other. Once that contract is executed, then it's pretty much all done and sorted. So borrowers can then deposit crypto as collateral and borrow other assets for use across the DeFi ecosystem. Now do make sure that you know the risks when it comes to borrowing in general, because of course you do have to pay it off, and when you use it as collateral, it can be a bit of a high risk and not many people understand it, so make sure that you do. And again, smart contracts manage the loans, ensuring transparency and security, and missed payments can obviously lead to collateral liquidation, so make sure you watch out. Now, lending and borrowing on Hedera introduces multiple benefits. So we have the fair ordering within the market. You are able to mitigate the risk of MEV, low fixed fees as well. So all fixed fees are in US dollar, meaning that fees do not fluctuate or they don't go that high, and high speeds as well. As we know with our network, it has high speeds. It's able to have that capability across the network and fast finality, and that's for us to ensure that we have that execution of the transaction within real time. And over the coming weeks, they have announced that they will be highlighting some of the projects building in the lending and borrowing ecosystem in order to basically contribute to the next wave of DeFi on Hedera. I have mentioned that DeFi is a big thing within the Hedera community in general, and it's very good to see that we are actually having this as of now as well. So some great stuff coming in from Hbar Foundation, which just updated us yesterday. Now I do actually have this video coming in from over the edge at Duo Tech. And over here we have this post coming in saying that knowing how big of a leader Deltech is in edge computing and its integration with AI, having closely followed Deltech world this year, seeing how Michael Dell, Bill McDermott, and also Jensen Huang collaborate together in such powerful ways, I have no doubts at all. So we're going to be taking a look at this and what they are talking about when it comes to the acquisition.
We absolutely do all of our acquisition and our analysis or our processing is all done at the edge. It's done in what we call it EDC, Edge Data Center, and the Edge Data Center is located trackside. So the reason it's done all there is because what we're looking at here is a mission critical system. Our customers require and demand timely results from the system. So in practical terms, think about it. If there was a critical defect on a rail car and our system didn't tell you about it for, 2 hours, honestly, it might be, that train's off going somewhere else by now, and it might be a little too late for that.
And so why is this important to Hedera? Why does it matter to us in general for Hbar holders? Well, we know that real-time data is obviously something that companies rely on. And so if they're not able to get real-time data, it is going to pose these many risks. So when you're able to use a Hedera network, this is able to sort everything out pretty much. And that's why we could potentially be seeing more and more companies on board and with us, or even collaborating as well on these mini pilot projects to see what they can actually achieve before going ahead completely, right? Over here, we have the TVL Growth. So this is coming in from Chain Broker, providing these useful stats. You'll see over here that it is updated today. So we've got the top public chains by the 7 days TVL Growth. And so far, you'll see where Hedera is, right? We're at a market cap at 2.71 billion, but we have 71.2 million in TVL, and that is an increase of 15.8%. Again, now TVL is obviously good to have. The higher the number is, it's better because it obviously means it's more concentrated. Now, when we compare it to other numbers, for example, it may not be as impressive if you have a look at stacks on their protocol, but if we just have a look at Hedera, it goes to show that we really are increasing in terms of that metrics. Now, it's not 25%, but 15%. And at least we are growing in general when it comes to the 7-day volume. Of course, we have some bigger ones as well, like Near Protocol, which has a higher amount concentrated in there. But it goes to show that we are making improvement when it comes to that. Over here, we have coming in from Acor that they are proud to work with Hedera in revolutionizing global health. So this is all to do with the health and safety and also hazards within the workplace. And they are basically working with Hedera in order to manage it and obviously mitigate and minimize that. So at Acor, we're using AI and DLT to bring greater transparency and interoperability to healthcare data. Together, we're building a more trusted and collaborative healthcare ecosystem. And why is it important for interoperability? Because of course we need to be able to get two of these different systems speaking to each other, and I'm more than sure that healthcare is very complicated when it comes to saving all of these records together. And this was in response to Hedera's post just 4 hours ago saying that blockchain provides opportunity to revolutionize global health. And we have over here obviously Acor built on Hedera. So it's nice to see that they are obviously tweeting about Hedera as well, showing support where it really matters, because that is all what it is about. We have an update from Earthlings Land, which I have not covered in a while, and actually this came out yesterday. It has currently over 6,000 views, but it is a new trailer alert, and the topic is the Hyena Houdini Finn's Wild Desert Escape. I always play roughly around about 20 seconds of this clip before I move on to the price action for both Source and Hbar, but I just want to show you their work that they're currently doing, because I always think that it is of importance to show you what they're currently doing so far. And as always, it's very cinematic. The graphics are really good, and I'm just glad that they obviously chose our network to do it on. So this is absolutely great. Over here we have Source. So the price action is currently at 0.06326. It has climbed up today. We are up by 7.14% on the 1-day chart. For the 24-hour volume, we are up by 6.25%. And we're trading at a volume of $1.9 million. So yesterday we were in the red and we were trading at 5 cents. So far on the 7-day chart, we'll see over here the graph. We started off the week at 0.05354, and then actually we went to midweek at around about 0.05462, and now we have climbed up. So it is a nice massive uptake over here. For Source in general though, if you can just maintain 5 cents, and then we can see where we can go from there, because I don't know if we will be able to reach 10 cents within the next couple of days. That might seem like a bit of a stretch, especially because of the fact that we have only just come up by 5.98% on the 1-month chart. We have not been at that steady after we had that massive low. So for the price action of Hbar, if we have a look at where it is currently sitting on the chart, we are in 32nd place and we are trading at 0.0773. On the 1 day, we are up by 3.9%, and on the 1 week, we are up by a nice 15.7%. So it's pretty good, right? We are up in the green so far today, And I think that is what is excellent about this. So if you have a look at start of the week, we were trading at 0.0678. We have now climbed up by roughly around about, I would say, just under 2 cents so far. And so it really goes to show that we are probably on track now for that 8 cent price target, because that is what I'd currently be looking for. We're up and above the mid-range of 7 cents, but let's see more of this price action coming in tomorrow to see if we can hold it. Guys, if you want your daily and weekly H bar news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.